called for the first time yesterday. I finally found the missing part of me. They're so 2008. 2, 3, 4. Hi everyone, my name is Tamara Chambers and this is Tamara Just Streamed. Also, Tamara's never seen both of them at the same time. Last week I revisited High School Musical for the first time since 2006 and I had such a good time with it. As long as we're all not going to theaters and seeing new movies that are supposed to be coming out, I'm just gonna revisit some Disney Channel original movie classics. So today I'm watching Camp Rock for the first time. It came out in 2008 and it just right after. I was just too old. I did not miss, however, the Jonas Brothers. I loved the Jonas Brothers. Correction, I love the Jonas Brothers. Nick Jonas has type 1 diabetes. And I also, forgot which hand my tattoo was on, have type 1 diabetes. And so in high school, I just thought we'd probably get married because of that. So hit me up, Nick. Just kidding. It's too much diabetes in one household. I'm a sucker for all simple little things that I do. I'm a sucker for you. Okay. I also love Demi Lovato. She has such an incredibly powerful voice. I think she did a really good job. I think everyone did a great job with this movie. I found this to be a lot more cringy than I found High School Musical to be, but I think that's probably because I have a nostalgic attachment to High School Musical, and I actually did watch it as a kid and enjoy it as a kid, and this I've never seen, so now I'm just seeing it in the future, in year 2020, and it came out in 2008, and with all their little scene haircuts and the cheesy factor of Disney Channel original movies, I think that they're probably equally as cringy, and that Camp Rock just, I don't have that like nostalgic like love for it, and so that's kind of the difference there. So the movie opens on Mitchie waking up, and yeah, that's also how I wake up and greet my day, especially in high school when you have to wake up at 7 a.m. So Mitchie's been hinting to her mom that she wants to go to Camp Rock, this summer camp for the summer, and her mom is like, I know you really want to go to this rock camp, Mitchie, but my catering company is just starting up and your father is expanding his store right now. So we just can't swing it financially. We're gonna have all this new income coming in and you're gonna have to spend the summer in our suburban mansion counting it. Also, we named you Mitchie. Best parents ever. So then in the next scene, it's revealed that she is going to the camp. Okay, short, easy conflict. That's the best kind of conflict. Ones that are resolved almost instantaneously. Her mom is gonna cater the food for Camp Rock, so she gets to go at a discounted rate. Also, it doesn't seem like there's any audition process to get into Camp Rock, even though it's the most prestigious music camp. It seems like as long as you can pay to go, you're in, which makes it feel a little less cool, I guess. Turns out that the rock group Connect 3, we all know them and love them, the Jonas Brothers, are dealing with some image problems. So the bad boy of the group, Joe, has to go and be a camp counselor. So they show up to the camp and Mitchie's really excited. She goes and she is all alone and she plays her one original song, even though she has a book of songs. We only hear one for the entire movie about 20 different times. And she's playing it and Joe hears her from a window and he's like mesmerized by it. Spends the entire rest of the movie trying to find her while at the same time falling in love with her, not knowing that she's the voice, which would be so awkward. Like, what if he's like into her, they're flirting, they're having a good time on canoes, going in circles, and then he finds the voice and he's like, just kidding, I've been looking for this voice the whole time, and so our canoe dates, we're done with that. I gotta go over here. I also love that her song is about, this is me, this is who I am, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. I'm not afraid anymore, I gotta be me. And then the whole time, I know that's the whole thing, it's the juxtaposition of it all, she's like not trying to be herself at all. They have their first open mic night and she's like, Mom, I have to wear one of your shirts. I can't be me. This is me and I suck. I'm shitty. Throughout the movie though, you get to watch the campers kind of shine, and it is a fun, just talent show, basically. The songs are maybe a bit less wholesome, I would say, than High School Musical, which I think overall just had really good, solid, teachable songs. This was more like trendy and cool. And I didn't find any problem with that, and I liked the songs, and I think the performers did a great job with them. I will say though, that having this be a camp, like a summer camp, like in the woods, and then having the vocals be so like Disney polished, I talked about that in the High School Musical episode, it just feels weird. They're like literally in a camp and they're singing and they're really going for it, and this is what their vocals sound like. This is real, this is me, it's exactly how I'm supposed to feel right fucking now. I don't know the song, but it's so overproduced and it's like, we are in the woods. How did this happen? Mitchie meets the popular girls and lies about who her mother is, which is a terrible idea because her mother's literally the cook at this camp. Didn't think it through, Mitchie, that's fine. But she wants to get in with the popular girls, so she tells them that she's the president of some Music R Us in China for some reason. But this is her and this is real and this is exactly who she's supposed to be right now. So for a while, before the lie is revealed, she tries to hide that she's helping her mom out in the kitchen. So Joe is walking around, Joe Jonas is walking around, we're on first name basis, walking around trying to find some food. He goes into the kitchen, she's there. So she throws flour on her face so that he doesn't know who she is. And it is so scary. This is like the scariest shot. It's a horror film for just a tiny portion of time.
It's terrifying.
Okay, then Joe teaches a hip hop dance, and it is officially the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my 29 and a half years on this planet. And that comes from someone who watched High School Musical just last week. I've seen my own YouTube videos, so I know what cringe is. And this took the cake right here, right now. Thank you, Camp Rock. He's like teaching them these like hip hop moves and he's really into it and it doesn't read as hip hop really. And it's like the typical like how you think of a dance class being. He like does some weird like semi moves and then he's like, all right, from the beginning, let's go across the floor. And they all do it. And then they all do an entire dance that he never even taught. And they're like, oh my gosh, I think I'm getting it. And it's like, well, I'm getting fucking what? He didn't teach you anything. Then the evil popular girl, Tess or whatever, she knocks down the guy who plays drums. And she's like, wow, talk about dancing to the beat of a different drum. It's so cheesy. And so he's knocked down. Joe sees right through her the whole time and he's like, you're a bitch. And then he helps him up and he's like, are you really a drummer, man? And the drummer guy is like, pulls out his sticks and he goes, and Joe Jonas is like, oh fuck, you can fucking say that again, bro. Yeah, you're a drummer, bro. The rhythm is in your freaking hands, bro. You're incredible. That's always the case, I find, especially when someone is like touted as being like a really good musician or a really good like music producer or a really good writer or something, and then we have to actually see that in action when it's like, I wrote the best song in the world and I'm like this very talented musician, and then at some point we have to hear that song. You know, as an audience, we have to know. And then it's never the best song in the world because, you know, that's hard to do. I was in a play once where I was this geeky IT person. I also like dabbled in like music production and like working on synths and then I had to show my coworkers what I had been working on. And they're all like, oh, this is serious stuff. And literally the director, who knows nothing about music production, like went into his like Apple, like whatever the freaking system is on his MacBook that comes already loaded on the MacBook and like entered in things that were like clang, and then we're all standing there on stage in front of a fucking audience and we're like, I'm incredible, I'm so good at this. So that's always the case, and that happened a lot in this movie, I feel like. So Joe reaches out to Mitchie, and he's like, hey, I wanted to run a song by you, even though they've had one conversation together, and then the flower horror show that we saw earlier. And she's like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'm different. I'm not like other girls. Oh my God, it's another I'm not like other girls. So he sits her down and he plays her the song, and it's so awkward because he's making direct eye contact with her the whole time. And it's too much. It's too much. It's like there's a lot of vulnerability happening right now for two high schoolers who've had one conversation with each other. Also, he has background vocals that are his vocals. So he's singing, and then he's also harmonizing with himself, which is a talent I didn't know people had. I just didn't know. He's like this, I have to get a guitar. You are the music. I can't play guitar. You are the music in me. It's like that. So the jealous popular girl Tess finds out that her mom is actually the cook because she spends all of her time with her and helps in the kitchen and called her mom. It's a mystery and it took a long time to figure out, but they really cracked the case there. And so she outs her that her mom isn't the president of Hot Tunes China, and everyone's livid with her, which is a ridiculous thing, I feel like. Like, sure, she shouldn't have lied, absolutely, but like, they are pissed at her. They're not pissed at Tess, who's an absolute abhorrent bitch who outed this poor girl. And Joe finds out and he's like, you're not who I thought you were. I thought your mom was president of Hot Tunes China. You absolute disgusting liar. Also, all this time, he's still trying to find the voice of Mitchie. He just doesn't know it's Mitchie yet. And at this point, everyone but him has seen her sing that song. He even at one point sings it to his uncle, who's like the leader of the camp. And the uncle had like complimented her on her original song. And he sings it and he's like, I'm trying to find this girl. Do you know this song? This is the song that I'm looking for that specific girl. And the uncle's like, beats me, man. Crazy. Well, I hope you find her. It's like, what? But you know it's her! There's just a lot of plot holes in this, and it's so fun to pick out because overall, it's just a fun, silly movie. And if you just enjoy it for what it is, it's awesome and so cheesy and fun. But on the other hand, there's a lot of plot holes here. Then this whole unnecessary ending happens. Tess sets them up and tells the camp counselor guy that they stole her charm bracelet, so they can't compete in the final mix, or what is it called? The final jam. But then they end up performing in the final jam. Of fucking course they do. What? We're not gonna get a final moment? They're not gonna final jam it out? Are you kidding me? Of course they're final jamming. We see a bunch of different acts that are overall really good and fun to watch, and then we get Mitchie singing the song that he's been searching for this entire time. And then he's like, oh, it's you. I forgive you. Even though your mom isn't the president of Hot Tunes China, I forgive you. And then it's the end, and her and Joe are in love, and it's really cute. And overall, it's a great, fun, easy to watch movie. If not a little hard to watch just when it's very cringy. There was a moment where I had to pause it. It's like, I actually just can't do this right now. It's too cringy right now. I actually can't do it, but I said that with a smile on my face. So like the good kind of cringe. The cringe we all love to hate and love to watch. It's fun. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next week. Bye! I'm slipping into the water and I'm trying to keep from going under. Baby, you keep the temperature hotter, 'cause I'm burning up for you, baby.